guys, welcome back to October Reads, and today I decided to pick a random weird one. So we've got, for day 27, this is 27, number 1, by a before he was famous Charles Soule and artist Renzo Podesta. And don't let your eyes deceive you, this is Golden Age sized, even though it was printed in 2010. So I'm having a tough time doing my signature palm on it, but hey, there you go, but it's gonna fall out of my hand. But anyway, I was thinking, like, is 27 really a horror or an October Reads style book? And I got to thinking, it involves curses and ghosts and weird people blowing up, so I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's go ahead and throw it in there, because it's been probably about 9 or 10 years since I've actually given this a read, so I decided why not go ahead and put it in day 27. So the read basically starts off by letting you kind of know about the curse of 27. If you guys aren't too familiar with it, it seems like there's a lot of young musicians who unfortunately have passed away at the age of 27, like Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain, Jim Morrison, so on and so forth. So our main character is, of course, a musician. He has a very successful career when he's 25 and 26, but around his 27th birthday, he starts to develop problems in his right hand. He can't play guitar as well because he's experiencing like cramping and pains. So the only option for him at this point basically is he needs to have a surgery on his right hand, but it involves taking nerves out of his hand, and it would essentially make his guitar playing hand worthless. So he would rather die than not be able to play his music, because that's his life, that's his career, obviously, is his music. That's what he's popular for. So basically, he's willing to go to any lengths to figure out, like, what can he do to be able to play his guitar again. And this weird dude approaches him with a solution. He's like, come on down to my laboratory and we'll figure something out for you. So he's just like, that's super weird, which it is, but at this point he's super desperate. He's willing to do anything. So he goes to this guy's basement, this weird bald looking weird guy, and he basically, there's cages in the basement. There's like one big like Frankenstein looking chamber. So the red flags are up, but at this point he is so desperate, he's just going to go along with it. So the guy, the scientist explains to him, like, alright, take off all your clothes and get in that cage. And he's just like, nah, fine. So he actually does it, and then he puts 9 cats in 9 cages, because for some reason he needs the number 81 to add up. See, like, cats with 9 lives plus 9 cats equals 81. Not really explained in this issue. So, and then for some reason the dude also has to take his clothes off to do the... It's really weird. Really weird, Charles Soule. I don't know what you're going with here, but it was really weird. But anyway, the dude activates the machine. Cats are blowing up. They're getting electrocuted. It's like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation times 9 with that cat chewing on the cord on the Christmas tree. But anyway, the dude even blows up, the scientist. So it's just left with our main character, and he has what looks like the controls to a guitar amp embedded in his chest. So he panics. He just grabs his clothes, runs away, runs to a payphone to report this guy blew up. So at least the authorities can find what's left of his body is basically just his legs at this point. And he goes home and his hand still hurts. He says it even almost kind of feels worse. But he starts deciding to play with the little amp that's embedded in his chest, and all of a sudden the pain goes away. He starts playing guitar. It sounds great to him. He calls his producer. He plays a riff for him, and the producer's like, was that a recording? He's like, no, I just played that live. And he's like, alright, get back to the studio ASAP. After he hangs up the phone, he keeps testing it out further, but things start to get weird, like there's a lightning storm outside, and then all of a sudden the ghost of this scientist comes in along with some other ghosts and explains, he's like, yeah, I'm still alive, by the way, we got some work to do. And then that's where issue 1 cuts off. So I forgot how crazy weird this book was. It's definitely not for everybody. I was surprised they went with the Golden Age size format, but definitely back in 2010, I believe this came out, it stuck out like a sore thumb on the stand. So I think mission accomplished there for being different than any other Image book on the shelf. Renzo Podesta's art, it's not too bad. I'm not a huge fan of it. It definitely helps to read this in a physical format than digital. I remember the bigger pages definitely had more of an impact on me than my digital reading I did for this review. But yeah, I recommend if you can find this, maybe just read it physically over the digital for sure. I'm going to go ahead and give this a solid, well, not really a solid, I guess. We'll go ahead and give it a 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, for some reason, this was a really good book in my memory, but after giving it another read, it was just more weird than good, especially with electrifying cats and people having to strip down to get electrocuted. It was just a little too weird, but the Curse of the 27 is definitely like an eyebrow-raising thing once you start reading up about it and the curse of these musicians and stuff. It's kind of interesting how they apply that to this obviously fictional story. So I recommend it if you're looking for something a little bit different. And if you guys are Charles Soule fans, it's interesting to see how his writing has developed over the years, especially his Marvel work now compared to his Image work like right here. So big thank you guys once again for checking out October Reads.